Coach, first tournament of the year. Just tell me how you're feeling after that.
That was a ton of positives. I mean, it's really hard to win a golf tournament in any way, whether it's a team format or individually. We had high hopes kind of coming into here and the prep that we put in, having a new group as well, some transfers and a freshman, Svante, in the squad. But I can't be more proud. If you told me that we were going to be 23, 24 under to start the week and the course that we set up for this, I would have been ecstatic for it, and I thought we had a good chance of winning. LMU is an incredibly good squad. I mean, they just came off shooting 47 under and winning as well. So they're going to be dangerous all year. We're going to see them kind of a lot of tournaments. So that's going to be one that we're going to continuously try to go after. But as a group, everybody has positives. I mean, from what Jacob's done, coming off his freshman year, being WCC freshman of the year as well, to repeat that and do what he did, it's pretty special. And then again, Ben is going to be our rock all year. He's going to be our leader from whether it's in the locker room and on the golf course and getting these guys going. So I couldn't be more proud of what they did.
Specifically this tournament, you guys have played this course before, you've practiced here. Just how did that help you overall moving throughout the tournament?
I hope I didn't bore the guys as much, playing this place so much. We were doing a lot of Saturday mornings here. We're doing Wednesday afternoons. I mean, this is kind of our home turf a lot of times, and we can't thank Harding enough for just providing that for us, being 15 minutes away from campus, this being a major championship venue. It's a special spot, and it's really interesting running a golf tournament. There's a lot of extra stressors. Is the water cooler out? Is all these things going to be set up correctly? We're just happy everybody had a good time, all the teams that were participating, and just the bigger factor of what this golf tournament is, and this being our second annual. We said we crawled in the first one at Potomac on the East Coast, and this one we're starting to walk a little bit. So I'm excited kind of what this tournament's going to continue to be, and hopefully we'll be back here again coming in a couple years.
You mentioned last year there was only 9 teams in the tournament. You guys won back east, 14 teams this time around. How did you get another top 2 or 3 finish and kind of stay at the top of the leaderboard this time around?
It's just a team effort. I mean, that's what it comes from it. Everybody being so consistently solid. I think today we only had one guy that was over par within that 5. It's just a lot of consistency, and I think that's what's come from since we had that run from March. Like 1 through 5, anybody could be our top 2 guys per week, and then still from our 4-5, we have a lot of consistency that goes with it, because in team golf, a lot of times you count to 78, 79, that's what kind of skews the whole team score. So it's really the collective as the entire group. So, I mean, second place, I'll take this anytime. I mean, it's a step of a process. It's such a long year being in the fall and spring, so it's all positives kind of starting off this start.
Overall, you God, I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
You had a strong spring. Obviously, you finished as a top 20 team in the country. What does that camaraderie do so early in the year to have those guys that have been in those moments? They've been on the courses, they've been in professional environments. How did that help playing a professional space like this?
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel even more confident to this year as well. I mean, it was such a unbelievable run of what we did from this span. It all started here when we had the Stanford tournament for the good win. The guys just found a confidence from there and just kind of rolled with it, going into WCCs and nearly winning it there, going to regionals and doing what we did as well. Now we have an experienced group. Before, there was a lot of questions of what we were doing, having freshmen, having 2 transfers with Ben and Jackson coming in. We had a brand new group, and then Matt Anderson that was with there. Now the guys have all seen it. They know what the top is, and they know what that feeling is of being at nationals and being at the spotlight. And I think that's just going to keep them hungry throughout, right? It's a goal that we, Jack, try to really push the entire time, and showing what the process really is. And then again, as I said, this is just the step forward. So I'm really excited for this group. We really put a schedule that's a lot stronger this year. And the teams that we're going to play, traveling from the East Coast, down south as well, we're going to put ourselves against the best. And I feel very confident with this group 1 through 5 that we can compete with all of them.
Outside of those 5 or your starting lineup, per se, you had some individuals compete that don't usually or might not get a chance as often. Just talk about them and what you saw.
That's my favorite part about running this tournament too, is having everybody participate and getting a piece of the pie, being in this. Starting with Brian, BP, that's my guy. He's one of the nicest kids in the world and just needs experience and title, and he shot 100 today and could have been easily counting for our lineup right now. That just shows kind of the depth that we continue to have from it. Aiden Oliver, a guy who came in from Sonoma State, really good friends with one of my former teammates back in the day, so I'm really excited just for him to be here. And it's his first time playing Division I event. You're playing a big boy golf course, a major championship course through that, and he showed a ton of positives just coming from that. And just the way he fit in the team culture already, being a really hard worker, just puts fire into everybody. It's the exact guy that we want to fit the mold of what we do as a culture and kind of how we work as well. And then Harry Brown. Harry Brown's, seen everything, what we've done from being at nationals a couple times, being at regionals 3 other times as well. He's kind of seen the whole work of it. And he's a perfect person we have as a senior. From a leader, again, with Ben, being in the locker room, getting these younger guys acquitted, being a great teammate overall. I mean, I couldn't be more proud of him, what he does, and to put that to test today and shoot even par and a couple other good scores as well from round 1 and 2. He's trending in a lot of right directions, and we looked at him to be in that starting lineup consistently throughout this entire year. So it's good to see now the depth that we have. So again, everybody's going to work harder and harder each time to keep their spot in the starting lineup, and the culture is just there where we want it to be for me and Jack.
Last 2 questions. Outside of the game of golf specifically, this event was focused on equality, inclusion, bringing people in that usually aren't involved with the game of golf. How important was that for you guys to focus on, and how much does that mean to you personally to have a hand in that?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, there's so much things bigger than golf, and just like do something even bigger than just having 50 holes, collegiate event, getting everybody out here in and out and play some golf. There's a lot more to it, and I think what we did on a community base, helping out with First Tee over here and just inspiring kids to kind of, get in love with the game and seeing what it is for the top of these guys. Like all 8 of them have been in the same exact position when they're 8 to 10 years old, trying to get into it. That was really special. And to be with Howard and doing what we're doing, I think is really awesome, providing a championship-style event for all HBCUs and then other competing teams that were in it. It's pretty special, and I hope it's like kind of a memory for them for a long time, kind of seeing what a golf tournament like this is about. As I said, when me and Jack started this, we kind of crawled in what we were doing back in Potomac, and I think we're making leaps and steps after this being a success in what we're doing, and continuing on, going back to the East Coast next year and building a bigger field and a bigger story that we can do with it. It's pretty special. It's been a lot of fun with it, and the guys at Howard, Sam, and all them are just unbelievable. They've been a lot of fun to work with.
Looking ahead, next 4 weeks, you guys are playing pretty much every week, every weekend. How do you recover? How do you game plan with such a short rest time, but also knowing you have another opportunity to kind of continue your hard start?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like being a professional on PGA Tour, Kern Ferry. What you get done on Sunday, travel, whether it's a flight or a car, you're going right to Monday on a practice round. It's a long haul, and for you physically and mentally on that spot, but that's what we're trying to train them for. So yeah, it's rigorous in these next 4 weeks and what we're doing and the type of fields that we're going to play through it, but we're trying to prepare them for all those kind of things, and we've talked about that since our first team meeting back in the first week of school. I think they're ready for it. It's kind of just being professional in every step of the way. It's taking care of your body, going to the training room, making sure you're all good on that, getting your prep in, staying sharp within your game, and just overall being ready for the moment and what you're doing. So we got a lot of belief in these guys. They'll be just fine.